Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Delta Sky Team and our global partners, welcome on board your Delta flight. As you're making your way to your seat, we kindly ask that you please step into your row and out of the aisle as quickly as possible to allow those passengers behind you to make their way to their seat as well. If you're traveling with a larger rollerboard, please place it in the overhead bins, either wheels or handles first, on either side of the aircraft. Keeping in mind that the overhead bin space is shared space, so if the bin directly above your seat is already full, please go ahead and utilize the next available space. If you brought in a second item with you, such as a briefcase, tote bag, laptop bag, backpack, you can go ahead and utilize that space under the seat in front of you, so that we can utilize that overhead bin space for your larger bags without having to check them plain sight to your final destination. Feel free to utilize your mobile phones, tablets, and e-readers while we're here at the gate. However, once we close our boarding door, you must please place these items into airplane mode or turn off your cellular service. Please also note that if you will be working on a laptop computer or enjoying any other larger electronic devices, they must be stowed either in a bag under the seat in front of you or in the overhead bins. Please do not stow these items in the seat pocket in front of you, place them directly on the floor, or hold them on your lap during taxi, takeoff, and landing. This is not just a Delta policy, but an FAA regulation for your safety.
At this time, in just a few moments, we'll be showing you the safety video. Once the video has concluded, we'll be in the aisles to answer any questions you have before we're seated for taxi out. Again, thank you for choosing Delta today. My name is Susan. I'm your purser for today's flight, along with Charles in the economy cabin. We do welcome you aboard.
At Delta, we think our world feels smaller when you get out in it. That's why the best men and women in the business work each day to take you to the people, places, and cultures that make this world such an amazing place. Bringing the world closer together, one flight at a time.
We are a planet of amazing differences.
One of cultures and ideas that span our world and link us each to another, whoever you are.
Wherever you're going.
We are proud to fly you there.
Because the first step towards connection
is departure.
Welcome aboard, and thanks for flying with Delta.
Our first priority on every flight is the safety of our customers and crew. So, before we depart,
please pay attention to this important safety message.
Be sure that all carry-on items are securely stowed in an overhead bin, and place smaller items, including handbags, under the seat in front of you. If you lose your electronic device in your seat, please do not adjust your seat and ask a crew member for assistance. Please ensure all aisles, exits, and bulkhead areas are clear.
As we leave the gate, make sure your seatbelt is fastened. To fasten, insert the metal tip into the buckle and adjust the strap so it's low and tight across your lap. To release the belt, just lift the top of the buckle. If you're seated in the business class cabin, secure your shoulder harness by attaching the metal tip to the fitting on the belt. To release, remove the metal tip and allow the shoulder harness to retract. Please remain seated with your seatbelt securely fastened anytime the seatbelt sign is on. And even if the sign is off, please keep your seatbelt fastened in case we experience unexpected rough air.
For everyone's safety, federal regulations require all passengers to comply with the posted placards and lighted information signs located throughout the cabin, in addition to any crew member's instructions.
Smoking, including the use of e-cigarettes, is not allowed on any Delta flight, and federal law prohibits tampering with, disabling, or destroying a restroom smoke detector.
There are 8 exits on this plane, 8 doors, 4 on each side. Each door has used as a raft. All exits are clearly marked with an exit sign. However, if there's a loss of power and cabin visibility is reduced, lights will illuminate the aisles to guide you to an exit.
Please note that exit signs on this airplane identify each exit with a green symbol. Arrows indicate the direction to the exit. Locate the exit nearest you using these green symbols, keeping in mind the nearest exit might be behind you. In the event of an evacuation, leave all carry-on items behind. It's unlikely, but if cabin pressure changes, the panels above your seat will open, revealing oxygen masks. If this happens, reach up and pull the mask or red streamer towards you until the tube is fully extended. Place the mask over your nose and mouth, slip the elastic strap over your head, and adjust the mask if necessary. Breathe normally and note that oxygen is flowing, so don't worry if the bag doesn't inflate. Be sure to adjust your own mask before helping others.
A water evacuation is also unlikely, but just in case, life vests are located under your seats in the main cabin. If you're seated in the business class or Delta Premium Select cabin, life vests are located either in a compartment adjacent to your seat or under your armrest. To use, remove the vest from its container by pulling on the tab and then opening the pouch. Slip the vest over your head. Wrap the strap around your waist and attach it to the buckle in front, and adjust securely around your waist. As you leave the plane, inflate the vest by pulling down on the red tab at the bottom of the vest, or manually inflate it by blowing into the tube at shoulder level.
A water-activated light is attached to each vest. If necessary, we'll distribute additional life vests for children who weigh 35 pounds or less.
Now, before we take off, be sure your seat is upright and your tray table is put away. If you're seated in the business class cabin, ensure your suite door is open. Please note there is a placard on the door, visible when open, explaining how to use the suite door in case of an emergency. If you're seated in the main cabin, ensure your aisle armrests are lowered, and in the Delta Premium Select cabin, ensure your aisle armrests are raised.
As we come through the cabin for our final safety check, please let us know if you have any questions. And finally, now would be a good time for everyone to review the safety information card, which is in your seat pocket.
As we span this amazing world of ours, we celebrate all that connects us. Thank you for choosing Delta to be a part of your journey.
Now, as we get ready for takeoff, please sit back, settle in, and have a wonderful flight. Thank you for flying with Delta.
Ladies and gentlemen, please keep your seatbelt fastened until the captain turns off the fasten seatbelt sign. Thank you.
Contact Potomac departure on 125.52. Going to 125.52 Airbus 0 Delta Lima. Potomac departure Airbus November 320 Delta Lima is climbing through 1,200 feet for 13,000 feet. Airbus November 320 Delta Lima Potomac departure continue to Krakow as planned. QNH 29.902. Airbus 0 Delta Lima verify squawking 0241. Airbus 0 Delta Lima climb and maintain flight level 180. Climb and maintain flight level 180 Airbus 0 Delta Lima. decimal flight 5 Airbus 0 Delta Lima. Washington Center Airbus November 320 Delta Lima is at 7,800 feet, climbing flight level 180.
Airbus November 320 Delta Lima, Washington Center, continues to Graco as planned. UNH 29.902.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned off the fasten seatbelt sign and you may now move around the cabin. However, we always recommend you keep your seatbelt fastened while you're seated. Thank you.
Generic 0 Papa Echo, your flight 6 miles north. Descend and maintain 7,600 feet. Expect vectors, visual runway 29er approach. Climb and maintain 7,600 feet. Expect vectors, visual runway 29er approach. Generic 0 Papa Echo. Brickyard 3570, you are 40 miles northeast. Descend and maintain 10,000 feet. Expect vectors ILS runway 1 approach. Generic 6 Tango Whiskey, you are 5 miles south. Climb and maintain 6,600 feet. Expect
Ladies and
vectors, visual
gentlemen,
runway 33
COVID-19
approach.
would like to remind passengers that you have to wear a face mask at all times during this
Descend
flight.
and maintain
If you're requiring
10,000
a
feet.
face mask,
Expect vectors
please ask
ILS
one of our
runway
crew
1
members for
approach.
one.
Brickyard 3570.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we climb to our cruising altitude, we'd like to extend a special thank you to each of you, and a welcome back to our SkyMile members and Million Milers. Your business and loyalty are greatly appreciated by the entire Delta family. For your safety, it's important to remain seated with your seatbelt securely fastened anytime the seatbelt sign is on. Even if the sign is off, please keep your seatbelt fastened in case we experience any unexpected rough air. We ask that you also please remember to use caution if opening the overhead bins to prevent injury from articles that may have shifted during takeoff. We've now reached an altitude where it's safe to use approved electronic devices, and a listing of these devices can be found in Sky Magazine in the seat pocket in front of you. On today's flight in the economy cabin, it'll be our pleasure to offer you complimentary Coca-Cola products, Starbucks coffee, water, juices, a variety of complimentary snacks, as well as a selection of our fresh eats items and all-day goodies. Beer, wine, and spirits are available complimentary for our first class and Delta Comfort Plus passengers, as well as available for purchase for the main cabin. A complete listing of available beverages, as well as of our fresh eats items, can be found in the menus in your seat pocket. Please be reminded that Delta accepts only major credit or debit cards for onboard purchases of beverages and snacks. However, you can use your Delta SkyMiles American Express card to save 15% and earn double miles on all Delta purchases. For your enjoyment, each seat is equipped with your own personal entertainment system. On it, you can view a selection of complimentary as well as on-demand TV shows, movies, and music. You will find that this screen will work best with just a light tap of your fingertip. Feel free to use your own headsets. Otherwise, if you do need a headset, just let a flight attendant know they are yours complimentary for this and any future Delta flights.
Going to 124 decimal, 2 American 2130. contact Washington Center on 132.525.
Going to 132.525 Airbus 0 Delta Lima. Washington Center Airbus November 320 Delta Lima flight level 180. Airbus November 320 Delta Lima Washington Center, continue to CK as planned. QNH 29.902. Airbus 0 Delta Lima contact Washington Center on 125.45. 125.45 for Airbus 0 Delta Lima. Washington Center Airbus November 320 Delta Lima flight level 180.
Airbus November 320 Delta Lima Washington Center, continue as planned. QNH 29.902. Airbus 0 Delta Lima descend and maintain 16,000 feet.
Descend and maintain 16,000 feet Airbus 0 Delta Lima.
United 105 to contact Washington Center on 132.05. United 1052. Delta Lima traffic is 5 o'clock, 4 miles, at 12,000 feet generic. Report them in sight.
Airbus 0 Delta Lima have the generic in sight. Washington Center, American 2169er is out of flight level tree 15 for 10,000 feet.
American 2169er, Washington Center, continue as planned.
Washington Center, Brickyard Tree 430 is out of flight level 240 for 10,000 feet.
Brickyard Tree 430, Washington Center, continue as planned. Airbus 0 Delta Lima contact Washington Center on 124.775.
Going to 124.775 Airbus 0 Delta Lima. Washington Center, Airbus November Tree 20 Delta Lima, 16,000 feet. Airbus November Tree 20 Delta Lima, Washington Center, continue as planned. QNH 29.92. Washington Center, American 2169er is out of flight level tree 50 for 10,000 feet. American 2169er, Washington Center, continue as planned. Frontier Flight 123 Heavy contact Washington Center on 125.45. Frontier Flight 123 Heavy. Delta Lima, descend and maintain 11,000 feet. Descend and maintain 11,000 feet, Airbus 0 Delta Lima. American 216 Niner, contact New York Center on 118.975. .75 American 216 Niner.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to start our descent. Please make sure your seat backs and tray tables are in a full upright position. Make sure your seatbelt is securely fastened and all carry-on luggage is stowed under the seat or in the overhead bin. Please turn off all electronic devices until we are safely parked at the gate. Thank you.
New York Center, Airbus November Tray 20 Delta Lima is out of 11,800 feet for 11,000 feet. Airbus November Tray 20 Delta Lima, New York Center, continue to types as planned. QNH 29.902. JetBlue 871, contact Washington Center on 124.775.
For JetBlue 871.
Airbus 0 Delta Lima, descend and maintain 2,000 feet. Descend and maintain 2,000 feet, Airbus 0 Delta Lima. Airbus 0 Delta Lima, contact New York approach on 134.35. 134.35 for Airbus 0 Delta Lima. New York approach Airbus November 320 Delta Lima is out of 10,500 feet for 2,000 feet. Airbus November 320 Delta Lima, New York approach, continue to make as planned. QNH 29.902. Airbus 0 Delta Lima, you are 30 miles southwest. Maintain present heading and altitude, expect ILS runway 31 left approach via Chant transition. Clear to Chant. Maintain present heading and altitude, expect ILS runway 31 left approach via Chant transition, clear to Chant, Airbus 0 Delta Lima. 30 Delta Lima, please expedite your descent to 2,000 feet.
$2,500.
Flight 06, you are 17 miles east. Descend and maintain 3,500 feet. Expect ILS runway 31 left approach via Delta Papa Kilo transition. Clear to Delta Papa Kilo.
Descend and maintain 2,000 feet. Expect ILS runway 31 left approach via Delta Papa Kilo transition. Clear to Delta Papa Kilo generic 506.
Generic 506, you are 14 miles east of Kennedy. Contact Kennedy Tower on 119.11 inbound on the approach.
Tower on 119.1 generic 506.
Delta Lima, you are 13 miles southeast of Kennedy. Contact Kennedy Tower on 119.11 inbound on the approach. Tower on 119.1 Airbus 0 Delta Lima. Kennedy Tower Airbus November 320 Delta Lima 13 miles southeast inbound ILS runway 31 left approach. Airbus November 320 Delta Lima Kennedy Tower. Cleared ILS runway 31 left approach. QNH 29.9 or 2 and 284 and 3. Cleared ILS runway tree 1 left approach Airbus 0 Delta Lima.
Cleared to land runway tree 1 left generic 506.
Generic flight 06, turn next taxiway. Generic flight 06, turn next taxiway. Airbus 0 Delta Lima cleared to land runway tree 1 left. Follow the generic on the runway. Wind 284 at tree. Cleared to land runway tree 1 left Airbus 0 Delta Lima. Generic 506, contact ground on 121.9er.
Going to 121.9er, generic 506.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20. Retard, 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 retard.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached our destination. For your safety and comfort, we ask you to please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the captain has turned off the fasten seatbelt sign. Please check around your seat for any personal belongings you may have brought on board, and please use caution when opening the overhead bin. Heavy articles may have shifted during the flight. Thank you for flying with us, and we hope to see you on board again soon.
Left. Traffic is Airbus C20 in on the runway.
Hold short runway tree. 1 left JetBlue. 137.
Airbus 0 Delta Lima contact ground on 121.9er. JetBlue 137 cleared for takeoff runway tree 1 left. 121.9er for Airbus 0 Delta Lima. Kennedy ground Airbus November tree 20 Delta Lima request taxi to the gate.
Airbus November tree 20 Delta Lima taxi to gate Echo 1 via taxiway Mike Charlie November.
Taxiing to gate Echo 1 via taxiway Mike Charlie November Airbus 0 Delta Lima.
Airbus 0 Delta Lima, hold position caution, other traffic.
Hold position Airbus 0 Delta Lima.
Airbus 0 Delta Lima, continue taxi.
Roger Airbus 0 Delta Lima. Kennedy Ground Airbus November Tree 20 Delta Lima, could you please send the baggage?
Airbus November Tree 20 Delta Lima baggage is on the way.
Kennedy Ground Airbus November Tree 20 Delta Lima, could you please send the catering truck?
Airbus November Tree 20 Delta Lima, the catering truck is on the road.
Kennedy Ground Airbus November Tree 20 Delta Lima, I am done with the baggage service. Kennedy Ground Airbus November Tree 20 Delta Lima, I am done with catering services. Kennedy Ground Airbus November Tree 20 Delta Lima, could you please disconnect the jetway from the aircraft?